Sorry, that was my song. Um, Thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to do um, some revisions on things that we did before because I've left some stuff out, and also we're going to set up our body. And stay tuned. Get ready to code. Hi guys, we're going to start off with our template for our HTML5 page. If you open your .html file, you'll have your doc type. HTML, I want you guys to add your language. That's something that's important for every HTML5 page. It just helps with, your browser by telling it what language you're writing your page in. It also helps with like Google Translate and stuff like that. If you could specify that your language is English, then it'll help with translation and so forth and so on. You have your head and body tags. And you also have this meta tag here. This is on every HTML5 page. You're going to have your char set. That's your character encoding. And it basically tells your browser, hey, encode all of my characters using this UTF-8. Next is going to be our title. I'm going to go on ahead and just name this Kaya's Sample HTML Site. And of course, you know, we went over earlier, this is going to appear in your tab. And then we have, next we're going to do our link to our style sheet that we haven't created yet, but we're going to create it later on down the line. Rel is going to be our attribute. Let's see. We're going to call our style sheet style.css. Oops, and then equal sign. And basically that's going to be all of our that is going to be all of our cosmetic stuff, if you will. It's going to be our background colors, fonts, all that stuff, all the pretty stuff. Okay, so let's get rid of this head right here because we're going to be working on the body now. As you can see, all you got to do in order to get rid of something is press this little minus sign here, and it gets rid of it. It doesn't go away, like the code doesn't go away. You just don't have to look at it. So we're going to start off with our header. Your header is, don't get it confused with the head. Your header is so that appears at the top of your page. So let's see. Oops. You'll see when we run our page how this works out. This is basically, you know, where your logo and stuff goes, but since we're not working with logos right now, we are gonna just write some text. Next, we're going to do our navigation bar. So, okay, look at this MSN website. Here is your header. And this is like a navigation bar. This is also navigation bar. So this is what we're going to be doing right now. Our navigation. This is all in the body. So we're going to have our nav tag. And we'll do an unordered list because we don't have any order to our navigation bar currently. Unordered list is going to be UL. And we'll have some, oh wait, let's do our close tag. And we're going to have some text links. We'll just have like, you know, home, and about us and so forth and so on. And we're just going to copy and paste these. Oops. Well, I guess we'll need that part. So just copy and paste these guys. Okay, so in our links, we're going to have home, about us, blog, and contact us. Now we're going to save all of this and run our site and see what we come up with. Hey, we've got our stuff. It shows up. That's pretty awesome. But why aren't these links? These aren't links because we haven't linked them to another page yet. So when we have links, like when we have different URLs to link these to, then they'll show up as a link that we can click and it'll take us somewhere. But right now they're just text. And let's see. Next we're going to go into the meat and potatoes of our website. But well, we're not going to get into it. We're going to set it up. And this is basically where everything is going to go. All of your, like, I'm going to show you. Let me show you in here. So all of this is section. These are sidebars, which we're going to go into, which we're going to set up in this tutorial. Sidebars. But all the rest of this stuff is in your section. It's going to go right here. All that code. But for now, we're going to set up our sidebars. We're going to leave this section part for a later tutorial. Alright, so your sidebar, which we're going to set up now, is going to go in a section, or it's going to go between these aside tags. And that's basically for things on your website that aren't as important as other things. So we'll start with we'll start with a a header 3, and you'll see how big the text is compared to the header 1. It's like a lot smaller. So basically header 1 is going to be your largest text, and H2, H3, or H1, excuse me, it stands for header, but H1, H2, H3, it gradually gets smaller incrementally as your numbers go up. So I'm not being really creative with my text, but you're going to get the point. And let's save this and refresh our site. Why isn't it on the side? Well, that's because we're gonna do all of the cosmetic stuff on our CSS style sheet. So basically, we're gonna have to learn CSS because HTML just gives you the bare bones. This is like a bare bones website here. So with our CSS, we're gonna say, hey, this is what you do with a side. We're gonna put it on the sidebar over here, and this is what you do with the header, and this is what you do with the navigation links. It'll do all of our cosmetic stuff. But in HTML, we do need to specify that, hey, this is our sidebar, this is our header, and our section is our meat and potatoes. So that when we do create our CSS file, we correctly have all of our information, or we have all of our information in the right place. Okay, next we're going to go into our footer, and that is going to be the very bottom of our page. This is what's in your footer, like your copyright information, all of your legal stuff, and all that. Every website has a footer, so this is what we're going to work on now. Alright, so we'll make our footer now. And the tag for footer is called footer. Oops. Okay, so since we don't have any legal stuff, we're just going to do some kind of fake little copyright thing. I'm going to get rid of those faces. I don't know. Okay, so let's save it and refresh. And this is what we got. Like I said, all of this is going to go where it's supposed to go with our CSS file. So don't worry about that. But right now we have our bare bones site, and you have all of the components that are supposed to be in your site, or all the bare bones components. I mean, like everything here is our minimum essential stuff on our site. So next tutorial, we're going to start filling in our section, and then we'll go from there.